Close Cincinnati.com Bengals beat writers Paul Dehner Jr. and Fletcher Page weigh the pros and cons of Zac Taylor as the potential next head coach of the Bengals. Is he the next Sean McVay or the ghost of Dave Shula? Megan Vogel, CincinnatiThe Cincinnati Bengals apparently are poised to make Zac Taylor their next coach. There's a thin line between bold and fooIhardy. We're poised to recognize the difference. It's also more than a little strange to be assessing a coach who hasn't been officially hired. But that's the business these days. You wanted new and different? You got him. The notion that among Taylor's top virtues is that he isn't Marvin Lewis, Hugh Jackson or Vance Joseph tends to make me twitch. The NFL's en masse rush to hire young coaches mainly because they stand on the sideline next to other young, newly established, young coaches. Well, I guess we'll see how that plays out. Zac Taylor is 35. As recently as 2011, he was a graduate assistant at Texas A. Taylor served this year as Sean McVay's quarterbacks coach for the Los Angeles Rams, Exhibit B, behind Kansas City, in the NFL's new, trendy case for offenses that run wild. He helped make Jared Goff a force. Of course, so did Todd Gurley, Brandon Cooks, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp and a good offensive line. But Taylor will also have good skill position talent here. He didn't call plays. McVay did. Taylor was UC's offensive coordinator for 1 year, 2016, Tommy Tuberville's last season. It was a 4-8 mess that was arguably the Bearcats' worst year since the early Rick Minter days. Cincinnati's offense ranked 99th in the country. The Bearcats endured a 4-game losing streak in which they scored a total of 26 points, despite having two veteran QBs, Hayden Moore and the talented, if troubled, Gunnar Kiel. Ironically, the Bengals cut loose offensive coordinator Bill Lazor on Friday. Taylor replaced Lazor as Miami Dolphins offensive coordinator in December 2015, when the Dolphins fired Lazor 11 games into the season. Miami finished 15, ranked 27th in the league in points scored, 30th in first downs and 23rd in running yards. More, Bill Lazor, Hugh Jackson out as Cincinnati Bengals staff turns over more, Bengals and Zac Taylor, did they get it right? Bengals fan, subscribe today to get access to all of our coverage. Get the latest Bengals news. Download our app on both the Apple App Store and Google Play for Android users. In the past few weeks, other young offensive geniuses were hired to mentor kid QBs, Freddie Kitchens in Cleveland, Cliff Kingsbury in Phoenix, Adam Gase with the Jets, Green Bay brought in Matt LaFleur to soothe Aaron Rodgers. Old guy Bruce Arians will try to develop Jameis Winston. And so on. What issues does Andy Dalton have that Zac Taylor can fix? Dalton isn't a kid. He isn't a prima donna. After 8 seasons, he doesn't need to be developed. He isn't Jameis Winston. The road the coaching speculation has taken this year has become a source of amusement to anyone who follows the league. I once handed Sean McVay a straw for his pink lemonade when we were both at the In-N-Out Burger in Sherman Oaks. I want a head coaching job. Zac Taylor might not know what he's walking into here. The family will give Taylor a honeymoon. The fans will not. Their skepticism is too deep to write off another 6 to 10 seasons to the inexperience of youth. What is Taylor really going to need? Exceptional assistant coaches, respected coordinators, with deep ties around the league and sharp eyes for talent. Leaders in the locker room who will toe his line and sell his message. Taylor doesn't arrive wearing a crown of earned respect. He has players very close to his age. Marvin Lewis was a first-time head coach, but he'd already made his bones in the NFL. Lewis came in with a presence. It's time to understand that Sean McVay is exceptional and that some of his gifts aren't transferable simply by association. Coaching trees are reserved for coaches who have been around longer than a couple seasons. Andy Reid has one. Bill Belichick, even as his tree includes Charlie Weiss and Eric Mangini. Bill Parcells, Bill Walsh, Tom Landry, for all you OGs out there. Not Sean McVay. Not yet. I was all in on the fam hiring anyone, with no connections to the past 16 years. I even liked the notion of bringing in a first-time head coach. Eric Bieniemy was my pick. A Reed disciple, a guy who has been with Reed the past 6 years, who has worked in both college and the pros, a coach players respect. Then, Bruce Arians popped out of the weeds. Older, respected, successful, very good with QBs, deep league ties. Arians is poised to win, right from jump. What a choice for the Bengals he'd have been. Zac Taylor. Not many knowns, no givens at all, one great association, for 2 years. There are no sure things when it comes to picking a coach. It's a crapshoot almost every time. The greatest coaches didn't arrive on the planet wearing the genius hat. Zac Taylor will have time to create perceptions and change them.